right, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? What is good with y'all? So, we are back at it again with another fucking video, reaction video, be exact. We got why Flick's Barcelona. It's a nightmare for Europe. So, as we all know, Hansi Flick and this Barcelona crew, man, they got all the way to the Champions League semifinals, got bounced out by Inter in a fantastic banger of matches, man. And honestly, they got a treble, a domestic treble, and I feel like next season, you know, they'll slide in a few pieces, and I think they'll be fine. Yeah, they'll be fine. But anyway, we gonna find out why this Barcelona team is a nightmare, and this is by the Football Narrative. Hey, he's at 8.2, 8.29. Yeah, let's get him. Let's try and help him get to 9K. Hey, look, I'm not a big, YouTuber, all that stuff. I ain't got the crazy subscribers like everybody else does. But hey, I just want to show love, so I'm going to subscribe to him. I'm going to like the video for him, and let's just get into it.
What Hansi Flick is doing with this Barcelona team isn't normal. They're not just winning. They're winning with style, dominating, embarrassing the biggest teams in Europe, and making it look. Especially
beating Real Madrid four times in their meetings. Some were blowouts, some were close games, and honestly,
look way too
it's crazy.
They press
make
high, attacking waves. And when they go forward, they do it with one goal in mind: destroy the opposition.
Yes, sir.
So, what makes Barcelona the most scary team in Europe?
I'm not gonna lie. This high press type of style that Barcelona runs, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Chapter 1, the big game bully.
Humiliated Real Madrid
Lamine Yamal.
Aggregate score of 9-2.
Hey, Lamine Yamal, potential Ballon d'Or winner.
This season. Even Hansi Flick's former team didn't get spared. They beat
there
Bayern Munich.
There goes another one. Rapinha, right there.
In the Champions League, a result that sent shockwaves around Europe. It's safe to say Hansi Flick has been cooking with Barcelona all season. Real Madrid game was the talking point. They beat Madrid 4-0 at the Bernabeu.
And you know what? I watched this too. This 4-0 thrashing that Barcelona put belt to ass on against Real Madrid in the Bernabeu. It was talks that this Barcelona team was going to win the Champions League and win it all. Well, they didn't, sadly enough. But hey, they got the pieces. They already got the blueprint. Now they just got to capitalize it on next season. And also too, Real Madrid about to get a new coach. They finna get Xabi Alonso. That's gonna be deadly.
Shocking part about that was it could have been more after Robert Lewandowski missed 2 sitters.
Oh, that's
then
true.
They met in the Super Cup final.
Okay, that's number 2.
And in the first half, Barcelona tore Real Madrid into shreds.
Dang.
Final, a cup final, and Barcelona was up 5 goals against Real Madrid at halftime.
God.
But for the red card Szczesny got early in the second half, they would have continued to beat down. But as crazy as this result was, it was a huge statement this season. Hansi Flick's Barcelona had already faced the acid test just days before that 4-0 win against Real Madrid. And they aced that to perfection. Bayern Munich was the standard. Barcelona hadn't beaten the German giants since 2015.
You know what? They never have, and they also got smacked in Champions League.
To defeat in 2020. Since that point on, it had almost become a given for Bayern to have the upper hand against Barcelona in Europe. Hansi Flick switched camps, and the result did too. A Rapinha-inspired hat-trick gave Barcelona a 4-1 win over Bayern. And with that win, Flick's Barcelona had made it clear they weren't messing domestically or in Europe. It's a trend that has continued as the season has progressed.
And this team, reason why I'm laughing like this, is this team is scary. This genuinely. Now, here's the thing: this team is scary with how Hansi Flick has developed this team to become. And honestly, Inter Milan seriously gave this Barcelona team a run for their money, because this team, they put on a banger against Inter Milan in the semis, but also too, Inter Milan, how they play is unique. I'll say the least that it's unique.
Are you
it is genuinely unique.
Spending all day switching between platforms?
Don't care.
This season alone, Barcelona has
lamine
hit
yamal
5 goals
with
or
the
more
curler.
against many teams.
Damn.
And have made scoring goals look like a joke now.
Oh, they
Perhaps
do.
The most impressive thing about these results is the quality of the opposition. They really did hit 5 against Real Madrid, Betis, Sevilla, teams that have decent standings in European competitions.
That's true.
It's a Barcelona team that's defined by its goals now. On average, they're scoring at least 3 goals per match.
Damn.
It gets scary when you take into account the 4 goals mark and see names like Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid twice, and Real Madrid again. And by doing this, they're breaking records too. 100 goals in just 32 matches under Hansi Flick, one behind for the record of quickest to 100.
Y'all let me know if there's another team that has done this, please. Because that's nuts. 100 goals in 32 games. 100 goals in 32 games. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if there's another team that's done this as well too. Please let me know.
Goals is alarming.
Because I feel there probably has been.
2014-15, Luis Enrique's Barcelona team set a record for the most games with 5 goals or more that season. And now, under Hansi Flick, they've hit 5 or more 11 times this season. It's still only April. A lot of games to be played. And the best part about this is where the goals are coming from.
But this video was made in April, so there's probably more.
2014-15 was all about MSN.
And that trio right there was crazy.
2024-25, Barcelona has had 19 different goal scorers this season.
They have.
You could be tempted to mention
Rapinha,
the front 3 of Lewandowski.
So Rapinha, Lamine Yamal, Pedri scored, Gavi scored. Kubarsi could have had a goal.
Yamal.
I think he's probably a couple goals.
Players like Ferran Torres, Fermin Lopez have contributed their share of goals off the bench too. The big question with all of this is, how did Barcelona become so good this season? The answer? It's down to the tactics of this man.
Tactics, bro. The Flick formula. I like that.
This is the mentality of the team, and we score a lot of goals till now, and this is the way they want to play. Always score, focus on
I'm so done.
The next goal.
Hansi Flick and what he's doing at Barcelona, it's simply stunning. His tactics are centered on one key aspect, and that's to maximize the team into becoming a goal-scoring unit. They push high up the pitch, and with centre-back.
So they got so Lewandowski just hangs out here, and then you got Rapinha, Casado, Yamal. No, Casado's right there. My bad. Olmo, that's my bad. Danny Olmo. I know. I was looking at Casado's name right there, and I saw that. But Olmo, Yamal, right there. So they run a 4-2-3-1 basically, and Balde go forward. Kubarsi and Martinez, they also kind of trek forward, but they also hang back here. From my understanding, Pedri and Casado are in the midfield, just kind of making space. This
like Kubarsi and Inigo Martinez, who have become experts at nailing the offside trap to perfection. Barcelona starts the defending in the opposition's half and builds the attack from there. The fullbacks have slightly different roles. Alejandro Balde advances more into the opposition's half because of the space Rapinha leaves when he gets into central areas. While Koundé holds a slightly deeper position, but still gets into attacking areas. Interesting. But where the real magic happens is in the middle of the pitch. This area is key to Flick because it determines everything. The 3 in midfield, usually Pedri and Marc Casado, with Dani Olmo as the advanced attacking midfielder, and Lewandowski as the focal point of the attack. The idea is to have as many players in the middle of the pitch as possible to create an overload. Doing this allows the team to pick out options out.
Overload in the midfield is one of the most overload in the midfield is like solid because you can put a lot of pressure on teams and stuff in the midfield, and they could end up either A, turn over the ball, or B, just get around you like it ain't nothing.
Wide. Even when the opposition tries to overload the midfield, Hansi Flick's solution is to get players like Rapinha or even Lewandowski dropping to create more options in the middle. The point is, Barcelona can't be outnumbered in this position, else the system won't work. It's been working for a long while now.
It has.
All of what's happening this season is the perfect redemption arc for Hansi Flick and many of his players.
Yep, it is. We back. Let's get
German head coach has been fired. The first manager to be sacked in the history.
That's crazy.
Of the Federation. That tells you, the state of things and how dire they saw the situation to be, because this is unprecedented.
With all that's happening now, it's easy to forget that just a few years ago, Hansi Flick was making history for the wrong reasons. He'd become the first German manager in the history of the national team to get sacked.
To get sacked, bro. See, like most German national team coaches, they just end up stepping away most of the time. Most of them step away or they retire. But he gets sacked? Crazy.
And this was off the back of his insane spell at Bayern Munich. After that move, there were questions about if Flick would be able to implement his tactics at Barcelona.
Yo, COVID season felt like a fever dream to me, honestly. But like that whole season of like football when COVID was going on, it was just literally no fans, just ball, just boys playing ball. I think that's the same like with every sport, I think, outside the NFL. But like, I mean, in the NFL, you know, it is what it is. But like, mainly with like basketball, like with the NBA, the NHL, you know, European football, they were just balling. They wanted to play just to play.
They started the season with back-to-back 2-1 wins and winning by just a goal in those 3 games. It was clear Barcelona were adapting to Flick's tactics.
And they were.
But what wasn't clear was just how well they'd be able to adapt. But since the Bayern game, there's been no stopping them, no looking back. Flick and his Barcelona team, as of writing this, remain unbeaten in 2025, and it gets better too, because in the same way he's been on his redemption path, he's put some of the Barcelona players on the same road too. Things were so mixed with Rapinha that after the end of the 2023-24 season, there was talk about Nico Williams coming to Barcelona.
Yeah, there was. Hey, y'all, and once that man Rapinha heard that talks and that man Nico Williams coming to Barcelona, he changed.
And Raphinha's jersey up for grabs in the space of 8 months. It's gone from that to him not just being...
Everybody was like, oh yeah, we gonna get Nico Williams. And Raphinha said, with the laughing
one of the most important players in this Barcelona team, but becoming the outright favourite for football's biggest award. The Brazilian knows he owes all that change to Hansi Flick because...
See, now the biggest thing is, I feel like this man Raphinha, I mean, he could do it, but also too, some people are saying that his sportsmanship is one thing.
With the system, the manager is highlighting his best qualities.
I'm saying if a guy has virtually the same amount of goals than you guys score without penalties, that is outstanding. Because what Raphinha is doing on top of defending pressure, because when people talk about being complete, as a striker, you need to know how to put pressure also. It's a lot of things that you need to do, and Raphinha has it all.
He's getting him in more isolated situations with fullbacks. And by playing him as a left-sided winger, Raphinha doesn't always have to cut inside and become predictable with his shooting. Goals like the one against Bayern show he has a direct route to goal.
Like Raphinha, I never had a player like this because he's unbelievable, the dynamic against the ball, but also with...
That's the thing that everybody says. When you put a player in the right tactical system of a manager / coach, they can play. They can thrive and strive. Like thrive and ball out, do all that. But if they're not in the right system and with the right tactics and right team around him as well too, it ain't gonna click.
The ball, his speed is really, really fantastic.
And it's paying off too. This season, he has 27 goals and 20 assists in 43 games, which is already more than double his tally from last season. It's the best return of his career so far, and he's not slowing down. The same with the polish. At some point, there was talk about Robert Lewandowski being too old, but under Hansi Flick, the Polish striker has rediscovered his deadly goal-scoring touch. He's the top scorer in La Liga with 25 goals, and averaging 1.01 goals per 90. He ranks in the 99th percentile in the league in his category. He's got 9 goals in 10 Champions League games.
So this man Lewandowski, 10 appearances at UC, he's literally just averaging a goal.
38 goals and 3 assists in 43 games in all competitions for Barcelona this season. Lewandowski is 36. When you let this sink in and consider he was missing chances like this last season, he's become a much improved player under Hansi Flick, which says a lot. For the ones who haven't needed redemption arcs, Hansi Flick has only gone and improved them. Pedri is arguably the best midfielder in the world right now. It's down to Hansi Flick. There's been no questioning Pedri's talent, but the biggest difference with him under Flick is how fit he is.
He's 100% fit, and it's very good to see
and that shows
what he's doing with the ball.
And it shows, it genuinely shows. Like, if you as a manager can come in and set the tone straight up and be like, this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing things, You can make a team. You can make a team become really good.
For me, on this position, he's the
and
best.
also, the board has to have your back as well too.
See, Hansi Flick's Barcelona now uses advanced scientific data that reads the genetics of players like Pedri to help develop specific fitness plans and recovery methods for them. What this in turn means is that Pedri is having the best season of his career at Barcelona since he broke out at the club. Or a player like Lamine Yamal, the most exciting young talent in Europe, and under
another Ballon d'Or winner potentially, or he could win the Ballon d'Or. Who knows?
This system with Flick at Barcelona.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only.
He's gotten even better. Yamal has now become the combination of goal contributions with that attacking flair that makes him unique. He's got 32 goal contributions in 41 games this season, and at the same time has completed more dribbles with 104 than anyone else in the Barcelona team. This stat gets crazier when you realise the guy in second place, Dodi Lukebakio, comes in with 43 dribbles completed. Lamine Yamal is a beast, and sometimes he does stuff that even stats can't seem to define. That run versus Alaves, for example, or the goal versus Benfica at 17. He's already bagged twice against Real Madrid this season, including scoring in the final. And with his 11 dribbles out of 21 in a single match, he's dropped a record not even Messi managed to hit in La Liga. Switch the focus to guys like Jules Koundé, who has become the most solid right back.
And apparently Koundé, he's either staying or he's leaving apparently, because there's talks of other clubs trying to get him.
Game right now. Alejandro Balde, Pau Cubarsí, Frenkie de Jong, players who were already good, have now gotten better under Hansi Flick. He has made them winners too.
At the moment we have 3 competition. We can fight for 3 titles. I think no one expect like that, but the team is doing great, and this is what I can say.
Yup, the treble dream, bro.
And the message is clear. Barcelona is fighting for everything this season. They're top of La Liga and in the final of the Copa del Rey after dumping Atletico Madrid out of the competition in the semis. And in the Champions League, the path is clear. Beat Dortmund, get into the semis of the competition, and one step closer to the final. It might seem like an impossible task, but as each week passes, there are more reasons to believe that Barcelona...
Well, this video came out, before the semis, but semis, they got knocked out. Sucks, but hey, next year
could win the treble. The form of the rest of the teams around Europe plays a big role too. At the start of the year, Liverpool was arguably the most informed team in Europe, but in the space of 5 days, they were knocked out of the Champions League and lost a Carabao Cup final to Newcastle, and that's one team off the picture. Real Madrid too. They've shown their ability to pull off miracle comeback after comeback this season. The same with Bayern Munich. They seem back under Vincent Kompany. But there's one thing that brings these two in connection with Barcelona this season. It's the fact that they've both been thumped heavily by Barcelona. PSG might seem like the only exception, but the point here is that Barcelona has sustained a moment for large parts of the season. Sure, there have been a few blips like losing to Rayo Vallecano or Las Palmas at home and losing to Monaco in the Champions League, but they've been just that, blips. Throughout the season, no team has maintained the same level of performance as Barcelona has. Now, it seems like history is on their side too. The similarities between the Barcelona treble-winning teams of 2009 and 2015, they each had a coach who was in his first year, implementing a new style that was turning heads across Europe. Pep with his tiki-taka dominance, Luis Enrique with that front three of the MSN, and now Hansi Flick with a team that will outscore any opposition. Barcelona under Hansi Flick right now is a well-oiled machine. They're sweeping across Europe, scoring goals for fun and destroying the big teams along the way. And come the end of the season, Hansi Flick's team could very well be celebrating a historic treble, which will put them right up there with the greatest Barcelona teams in the club's history.
I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see when next season rolls around, because this video is a couple, I think like 2 weeks old, something like that. How old is the video? This video is a month old. Okay, so this video is a month old, and they got bounced out of the Champions League semis by a very solid Inter Milan team. Now, next season, could they replicate this same type of play that they have, same type of play and same type of dominance that they've had this season? Who knows? But hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. Like the video. All my socials will be in the description box down below. And, you know, drop a comment. Drop a comment on another video. Drop your thoughts. I'm out, and I'll see y'all later.